The golden rays of the sun spread across the horizon, as if centuries-old silences were melting away. The prison gate creaked open slowly, and the sound of chains echoed in the air. The prisoner gazed at the shackles around his feet, yet a strange calmness radiated from his face, as though he had been freed from one captivity, only to embrace another, more profound bond. This prison had indeed been a place of torment for him, but he had come to realize that his true confinement was not in these chains, but in a peculiar affection that had grown, a silent connection between him and his captor. It was the same captor who had arrested him, inflicted wounds upon him, yet his behavior carried an unspoken dignity. He never humiliated the prisoner, never cursed him. Instead, whenever he stood before him, there was a certain spark in his eyes, as if he was trying to understand the man he had imprisoned. And then the day arrived, the day of freedom. The door was unlocked, and the chains were unfastened. For a brief moment, time seemed to stand still. The captor stepped forward, removing the prisoner's shackles, expecting him to run away, to celebrate his freedom, or perhaps to suppress his emotions. But what happened next was beyond imagination. The prisoner gently bowed his head, took the captor's hand, and softly placed a kiss on his forehead. A stunned silence gripped the air. The weapons in the soldier's hands trembled, but remained motionless. What kind of scene was this? The prisoner, on the brink of freedom, had just kissed the man who had kept him captive, not with bitterness, but with a tenderness that seemed to honor both of them. It was a rebellion against the ideology that power must always be ruthless. It was a message that hearts can be conquered not by chains, but through respect, compassion, and human dignity. Tears welled up in the captor's eyes, as though that single kiss had shattered the walls within him. He looked at the prisoner and whispered, "I was the one who imprisoned you, but you have captured me in a prison of love." The world stood in awe. This was not just a kiss. It was a victory in the battle between justice and oppression, love and hatred, strength and weakness. It was a moment that reminded the powerful of the earth that true greatness lies not in subjugation, but in the ability to forgive, to embrace, and to rise above vengeance. The silent lesson echoed through history, etching itself in bold letters. And to Allah belongs all honor, and to his messenger, and to the believers, but the hypocrites do not know. Surah Al-Munafiqun 8. This was the magnificence of faith, the seal of divine approval that the Quran described as a near victory. It was a moment that compelled every observer to reconsider the meaning of dignity and honor. A moment that taught the world that if you stand firm on your faith, with patience and conviction, victory, respect, and glory will be yours.